After conquering the moon's south pole, India has made it clear that sky is not the limit for it, specifically when it comes to the space missions. Now, the countdown for India's maiden solar mission has also started. Indian Space Research Organization is all set to launch its first space-based solar mission, Aditya L-1, on the 2nd of September at 11:50 a.m. from Sriharikota Spaceport in Andhra Pradesh. Ahead of the launch, a team of ISRO scientists sought divine blessings for the success of the mission at a temple in Tirupati, accompanied by a miniature model. Now, even ISRO chairman S. Somnath visited a temple in Andhra in the run-up to the launch of Aditya L-1 mission and prayed for its success. However, there are some leaders from the opposition party who have been saying that this mix of spirituality and science is not advisable. We've got S. Somnath justifying the link between science and spirituality.
So today the countdown for PSLV C-57 Aditya L-1 mission is starting, and tomorrow noon time we will have the launch. That's at 11:50. Then it will take almost an hour for the satellite to reach the required location and inject. So the Aditya L-1 satellite is for studying our sun, and it will take another 125 days to travel from Earth to reach the point where the satellite will look at sun, called L1 point. So I came here to pray to Changalamba Parameshwari for getting us the strength for making this launch again. Very important launch, successful, and thank all of you for being with us during Chandrayaan 3 launch as well as for the launch of Aditya L-1. Wishing you all the very best.
Now remember, even earlier before Chandrayaan 3's launch, we saw S. Somnath visiting temples and seeking divine blessings. At that point, when he was asked about the dichotomy between why a scientist is going to temples, he said that I do not conflate between inside and outside. When I have to explore the outside, I go for science. When I have to explore the inside, I go to temples where I get my spiritual strength. However, there were those who have been criticizing even the other aspects of Chandrayaan. Remember, when the landing point was named Shiv Shakti, the Prime Minister had also called it a symbol of strength. He had elaborated that it was the strength provided by the women power that was symbolized by the name Shiv Shakti. However, in the latest reaction that has come from a CPM leader just yesterday, he has taken a dig at the moon landing site name, where he said that this is nothing but an attempt to make a Hindutva Rashtra out of the moon. And the section, whenever science has registered its success, a section of BJP MPs and MLAs have ventured out to defame it. So defamation is the argument that is being put forth by some in the opposition when it comes to leaders like the Prime Minister, as well as the scientists seeking spiritual guidance.
So today the countdown for PSLV C-57 Aditya L-1 mission is starting, and tomorrow noon time we will have the launch. That's at 11:50. Then it will take almost an hour for the satellite to reach the required location and inject. So the Aditya L-1 satellite is for studying our sun, and it will take another 125 days to travel from Earth to reach the point where the satellite will look at sun, called L1 point. So I came here to pray to Changalamba Parameshwari for getting us the strength for making this launch again. Very important launch, successful, and thank all of you for being with us during Chandrayaan 3 launch as well as for the launch of Aditya L-1. Wishing you all the very best.
So that is the latest that we're getting you. Remember, tomorrow 11:50 a.m. is when India's solar ambitions are going to take flight. Aditya L-1 will be heading towards the sun. Remember, it is not going to land on the sun. It is just going to be placing itself in an orbit, which is called a Lagrange, which is going to study the solar flares, the weather, the wind speed, etc. But before that, even as all the preparations are in place, S. Somnath, the ISRO chief, had even before Chandrayaan 3 and after the success, when asked about whether he had any last minute nervousness, had said, no, I wasn't nervous because I was prepared. I believe in being prepared. So after the preparations have been put in place, the ISRO scientists there on your screens are doing their temple runs to look for spiritual strength, to pray for the success of Indian mission to the sun. Political analyst is now joining us on the broadcast. Sir, what is your opinion about scientists going to temples and seeking divine blessings ahead of crucial missions like this?
Everybody has his belief, his faith, his religion to practice. But the fact is that it should not be mixed up what is his outer life. The science and the religion, these are two different things altogether. So we are proud of our scientists who send the Chandrayaan 2 and safely landing, who is still on the surface. Another Aditya L-1 is going to be launched tomorrow. Is another feather in the cap for the Indian scientists. It's a science. Scientists have they have demarked completely. They do their professional work. They do their things. And Mr. Somnath himself has given a statement when this Shiv Shakti controversy was raked up. He said that the name is given on the name of experiment. A moon is not a Hindu Rashtra. We have nothing to do with the Hinduism over there. It is all religion, all secular nation. Here, all scientists are there. All scientists, the scientists have practiced their faith at their home. Some scientists must be going to churches. Some scientists must be going to the mosque. Some scientists must be praying in the gurdwaras. So there are scientists have got their own belief and faith, which they practice in their four walls. It is not for a public consumption to show that this man is purposely going to this place or purposely going to that place. I think Sri Somnath has never said it that whatever has been achieved because of his visiting the temple. We all pray. We all submit prayers to God, our God, that we do every day. So why this mix-up? Why this controversy? Our Prime Minister is, in fact, famous for creating all kind of these controversies, religious controversies.
No, because you quoted as Somnath, sir. Let me also quote him. This is what he said when he was asked about his earlier temple run during the Chandrayaan 3 mission. He said, I explore both science and spirituality. I visit as many temples, I read many scriptures. So trying to find the meaning of our existence and our journey in this cosmos, it is a part of the culture that we are all built to explore. And today when a CPIM leader from Kerala says that this is an attempt at defamation, do you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely right. The word is spirituality.
Yes.
You never use the word religion. It is spirituality. Spirituality, somebody may be practicing any religion. So spirituality is altogether different from the religion. It has not to do anything with the Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Parsi.
But who is saying anything about it being linked with Hindu and Muslim? Who said that Chandrayaan success was a Hindu's success or a Muslim's success?
Making Prime Minister calling that place as a Shiv Shakti is creating a kind of a controversy. Okay. That this is some kind of a Hindu point over there. Why can't we make it a rover point there? If the rover has gone there, we call it a rover point.
Okay.
So it's very simple. Where the need for creating a controversy of making it, naming it with the...
Mr. Krishnadas, you could have chosen a neutral name. Why did you decide on a name that specifically belongs to one particular religion?
That is not related to a particular religion. Shiv Shakti is part of our spirituality and our culture and our country's pride. Shiva is Shiva or Shiva Shakti is as part of our culture. So the Prime Minister selected or our country selected a name to name the sender of our Chandrayaan landing area. That is nothing but our spiritual aim or our country's culture and our system. These people, those who are opposing this Shiv Shakti, naming of Shiv Shakti place in Chandrayaan, what they are trying to attempt is they are changing the attitude of our spirituality to not only a cultural attitude, but they are trying to make this as a community or religion wise their attitude. I don't think this is not related to any community or religion or something like that. This is as part of our spirituality and our culture.
Yes, Mr. Srivastava, please counter.
Shiv Shakti is not a Muslim name. Shiv Shakti is not a Christian name. Shiv Shakti is not a Sikh name. Please don't try to teach us spirituality.
What would you have preferred as a name for that point, Mr. Srivastava?
I said it. It's absolutely a neutral name. Some rover point or a Vkram point would have done it.
Okay.
What is the need for bringing the Lord Shiva into it?
So would you also object to the Chandrayaan 1 landing point being named Jawahar Point? Do you think that was a neutral name?
No, I think that kind of a name also is absolutely not required, because if Shri Jawaharlal Nehru was the founder of the ISRO, if it is named on his name or Vikram Sarabhai's name, there is no problem on that, because they were the founders of the space mission in the country. They did it. That's the reason that my friend is talking about spirituality. Please don't teach the spirituality.
No, but if it was to be neutral, then why Jawahar Point? It should have been Sarabhai Point. The people who decided to name it Jawahar Point would have also thought of some sort of advantage, no?
I said that Vikram Sarabhai was the scientist. It could have been named on his name. It could have been called even a Kalam Point. It could have been called any Indian top scientist. Tomorrow it can be called a scientist. Scientist Somnath is there who has launched this. Other point can be made as Somnath Point also.
Yes.
Because the name of a scientist.
Mr. Das, it was all about scoring some political points, which is why this point was named what it was.
Madam, I think there is no such attitude or attempt from any government. Even in earlier period also, in first Chandrayaan time, that was named as rightly pointed out by you, that is Jawahar, in the name of Jawahar. This is not related to any culture or any religion or something like that. We are naming our country's landing area or landing space that is named by either putting our culture-wise name.
No, but sir, the charge is, as mentioned by left leader Govindan, he's saying that BJP leaders are defaming the success of scientists.
That is only because of Mr. Govindan and the CPM leaders, those who are trying to attempt this naming of Chandrayaan 3's landing area in the name of in the name and style of Hindu culture or Hindu methodology or something like that. That is their attitude to show that their politics is going on that line. That is not the right way. Mr. Govindan or any other political leaders has to think that our country have achieved a major achievement in that Chandrayaan 3 project, and we are now we are under the process of L-1 process.
I think the balance between the science and spirituality has been best explained by ISRO chief himself on 27th August. Before we move on, let's listen in to what S. Somanath had to say.
I explore moon, I explore the inner space. So it's a part of the journey of my life to explore both science and spirituality. So I come to many temples. I read many scriptures. So try to find the meaning of what our existence and our journey in this cosmos. So it's a part of the culture that we are all built to explore, find out inner self as well as outer self. So for the outer I do science, for the inner I come to temples.
And coming to the Chandrayaan 3 mission, how's it going there? I mean, the update.
So everything is working very well. The Chandrayaan 3, the lander, the rover is very healthy, and all the 5 instruments on board have been switched on, and it's giving beautiful data now.